Kind of a fun question. What is everyone's favorite episode?
We do favorite episode, not counting ones that we've directed.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, so
This is hard.
let's see. Well, my favorite episode is one that I directed.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we can do one that we directed if that was our answer, and then of course the non-biased one.
Yeah, one that we did not direct.
So for me, my favorite episode is an episode that I directed, and that was the Avengers episode. Just because even outside of filming that episode, the memories will always be there. Just having so many friends on set and so many people on set and just different units. You got these people in this room over here filming this, and then the one shot when all the heroes were fighting in the one big room together.
That was pretty crazy.
It was just a lot of memories for me personally that came from that episode that I just really enjoyed a lot. Friends who I thought was probably not going to be able to show up ended up showing up. So a non episode that I didn't direct. I'm gonna answer that one in a second because I didn't even think about that. So someone else can go for favorite episode.
Okay, so I have a very strong attachment to Beware the Juggernaut. I directed it, Eric wrote it. I just think that it came together in such a fantastic way. I feel like a lot of the actors got to really shine in their character portrayals there. I thought it had some of the best plot progression within its own episode. I'm very partial to that one. For one that I did not direct, I'm gonna go with Keith Brooks' Angel episode as my favorite. Because I thought it was just such a strikingly different tone than anything else we've done, and it was beautifully shot. Like it really felt like an origin episode. It felt like its own isolated thing. Keith is just a fantastic filmmaker in general, but I'm gonna go with his as my favorite one that I did not direct. I even liked it more than the Jean Grey episode, which I know is a big fan favorite for most, but I like the Angel one more.
I think I know my favorite. My favorite episode that I didn't direct actually was Mojotainment.
Thank you.
Because I did like the episodes where the X-Men are actually have to work together as a team and fight whatever. And even though we have all the power to say, okay, every single episode is going to be 8 X-Men fighting, a bad guy every episode, but it just doesn't work out that way. And the Mojo episode did remind me of X-Men coming together, not only as a team, but they have to break up and have to be forced to work with a partner. And how can they take down, and then the setting with the haunted house was really good too. And it was so funny because with that episode, our visual effects guy told me, 3 days before, I can't do visual effects. So I had to do all those damn visual effects. And what was it? It was 2 days. It was a really short time.
It worked.
But it did come together, and yeah, so that was my favorite episode that I did not direct.
I will say that my favorite episode to direct was Beast's origin story. And I also wrote that one. And the reason I'm so attached to that one is because it was a different take on Beast. And what I did with it is I took the Beast origin and this one-off comic, this what-if comic about Beast, where he wound up in a mental institution after trying to kill himself from not wanting to be what he was anymore. And I thought that was so powerful. And Keith delivered everything I could have imagined in that episode.
Oh, yeah.
So that was so amazing to direct and see him deliver that character for the course of that, and the fact that I wrote it and he made it so wonderful. I cannot say anything more about that episode.
Keith has this ability to make us break down and cry on set.
He does.
Yeah, he did
His
make me
first
tear up
time.
on the Phoenix episode.
The final one, yeah, because he
just came with this monologue out of nowhere.
Yeah, he comes up with this Shakespearean monologue.
He said, "Can I say this?" I was like,
I don't think I even knew he was going to.
He didn't ask. He just did it.
He just did it.
And we're crying in the back as he's delivering it, and Eric goes, "Okay, do that again."
that was just insane.
He got an ovation.
Yeah, everybody. I was bawling my eyes out.
And then he balances that with just cracking everybody up.
Yeah.
He's this perfect mix of a Shakespearean actor and Nathan Fillion when it comes to being on set.
My favorite non-directing episode, I would have to say, also is the Avengers episode, because it was very action packed, and it was like just the opening set me up for some like amazing different thing. And I was like, whoa, what happened to the show? We're doing something else. Holy crap! This is all. It was like takes you on a ride from the beginning to the end, and I thought it was very brilliant.
I think that episode has the most action out of any
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
in all
I
the
think so.
seasons.
Yeah.
And like and it was just so much happening in your face, and the lines were funny, and everybody was having a good time. And being there, I was only there for a little bit that day for makeup, but I was just overwhelmed with how many people were there on set, ready to go, smiling big, and just
And to this day, that's probably the biggest set that I've ever had too.
Yeah.
So much happened on that
So much
set. I
happened.
wish that the episode were longer, so we had a chance to
because
explore
we
everything
definitely
more.
have the footage to make it longer, but
Because you'll see like one thing happen in 2 seconds, and there's actually so much more that comes out of. But you know, we had restrictions.
we only had it for. That's another thing that goes back to the money thing. When we only have locations for the time that the location says we have it,
That's
we have to make it happen and
and
be done with
this
it.
man did.
And he did. Lex?
See, the favorite one that I directed.
Doing the right thing.
You directed the one.
Yeah.
That was his first season. Was
That was
season 2.
That season 2 was when I came on. I came on as a PA during
Is it Beach Pass?
no
No,
it was,
the Gene funeral.
The Gene funeral.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting.
That was the first day of filming for season 2, and by the end of it, I was directed that episode.
And you were cast in Glob, yeah.
Yeah, got cast as Glove as well. So yeah, that would be my favorite episode that I directed. Would be the Origin of Professor X. That was a lot of fun and trying at the same time.
I thought you did a really good job with it.
Yeah.
You found the cave, right? You're the one that found it.
Yeah,
That
I
cave
found
was
the
an
cave.
amazing
Cave was
find.
good.
And that scene where he finally becomes the Juggernaut is still like, it's one of my favorite shots
Very
still.
epic. Very epic.
Yeah.
And I like to take a little bit of liberties. My DP hated me because I was like, no, this is what I want to see, and he was like, I can't feel my legs.
But it was so funny because that cave actually is not that deep. But when you watch the episode, it does seem like it's a big cave, but it's
Yeah.
not. That cave, like what?
It's shallow.
It's that cave probably was started here and then at the walls.
Yeah,
it's
really
it's
small.
It's a really
fairly
shallow
shallow
cave.
Yeah,
And
like-
we made it look gargantuan.
Yeah, like, you can see, you can, between the two camera angles, you can get an idea of how far apart we are from each other. It literally goes from Eric to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did my best with it that I could.
You did.
But it was a lot of fun to do that because
Where's the
I like the Juggernaut.
the Gem of Sidorak stand in the Gem of Sidorak? Where's that at right now?
That's at my house.
Oh.
I still got that at my house. I touch it every time I walk in the door.
To give you extra power to deal with.
And let's see, my favorite that I didn't direct, which that's a tough one too because
There's a
like,
lot of good episodes.
Like each one of us here has directed stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really tough for me to not be self-serving and say going AWOL because I was in that one.
Well, thank you.
Hey, that was a
But
good episode.
it was. I'm gonna go with it anyway because it was a really good episode. It had a lot of fun
message
stuff in it,
alone.
and it had a good message along with it as well
You guys.
about like bullying and stuff. Because
I
believe
There's a
it or
lot
not,
of human rights stuff in that, and that's what I was loving about it.
And even
'Cause
though
I'm
you
big on
saw
human rights.
Spike's powers a little bit, but still to this day I had a whole uniform and everything for Spike, and I never ever
Worn
got
it.
to my X-Men.
That's
uniform.
Can I cheat and pick another episode that I didn't direct as my
You
favorite?
cannot.
I want to. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway. Because it's one of yours. My other favorite episode is Vengeance. From this current season. I thought that just came together in a beautiful fashion. I think that's one of your better directed episodes. Lex did a lot of the camera work on it, and it looks fantastic. John and Alan just have amazing chemistry together, and the fights just. I choreographed some of the fights, but it was mostly just the fact that they were able to pull off these things. They made it feel raw and real.
I really had
that
to
was
cheat
fun.
those hand because there was a lot of shots where you can see John holding the claws.
That's budget
And
stuff,
I don't know
though.
how I
Yeah.
hit it, but